watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
6 a.m. on this Friday, making it to the end of the week here. So glad you're with us. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Nada Iranpour. And as we start off this hour, let's see what the weather is going to be like. Such a fiery sunset last night. The clouds are kind of out.
It was amazing.
Nice to have these
pictures,
clouds.
right?
Beautiful out there. We got so many photos last night of the sunset, so feel free to keep sending them in if you have any. You can download our CBS 8 app, click near me, and then submit your photos right there. We've been featuring them all morning. It was incredible. Satellite radar here showing that we did actually get a few sprinkles overnight. There was not much activity, but this is the final remnants of that trough of low pressure exiting out of the region before a dry Valentine's Day weekend. Yes, you can expect partly cloudy conditions transitioning to mostly sunny skies by the mid-afternoon. 65 degrees on hand. Tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day. We'll cool down starting on Sunday and incorporate a bit more cloud cover, and that'll all set the stage for rain that arrives next week. Details on what all that wet weather is about coming up in just a bit. Vanessa Paz checking in on traffic in the meantime.
Good morning. Yeah, things fairly quiet out there. That's what I like to call Friday light. I know a lot of people got a 4-day weekend. So things are likely going to stay quiet now all the way through Monday. This is what it looks like on the 5 in both directions right at Genesee. Things are rolling really smooth as folks travel into UTC in the La Jolla area near Sorrento Valley. Meanwhile, this is out in the South Bay. This is the 5 in both directions right at L Street. This is the northbound drive. So this is as you exit Chula Vista, headed north towards a 54 connector. Coming up a little later, we'll see what your Friday travel times look like this morning. Back to you guys.
This just in here. Inflation cooled last month. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Consumer prices increased 2.4% annually in January. That's down from December's 2.7%. Month to month, prices were up 0.2%.
Today, a court hearing will be held in California's lawsuit against El Cajon.
It comes after the state's attorney general ordered the city to stop sharing license plate data with federal agencies. CBS 8's Jenny Day and El Cajon with both sides of the issue here. Jenny?
Absolutely. Good morning to you both. So today's court hearing comes following a very heated El Cajon City Council meeting where the majority who attended say they are not in favor of local law enforcement sharing license plate data with federal authorities. Again, there really is a fear nationwide over current immigration enforcement efforts. So Mayor Bill Wells, though, however, says that he will continue to defend this policy, saying police cannot ask about immigration status and that it is only a crime-fighting tool. He says there have been very few ICE incidents here and that sharing license plate information is only for public safety and used to identify wanted and violent suspects. Again, in this case, it is the state of California suing the city of El Cajon. There have been no privacy violations, but the state has ordered the city to stop sharing data with federal authorities and out-of-state police departments. Today, we could find out if that will remain the case. They want the data to only be shared with California public agencies. So you know it. There are some residents who say they appreciate the city's cooperation with other law enforcement agencies, while others say it is a violation and we have to protect that personal data. So to give you a little better idea, there are about 100 automated license plate readers here in El Cajon. They are computer-operated cameras that are mounted on various locations like streetlights and freeway overpasses, and then they scan every license plate that they can. And the mayor says in the first year, they helped with 150 arrests. We're talking everything from homicide to stolen vehicles, so certainly keep it here to find out what happens in court today.
Jenny, thank you. The woman accused of stealing a trailer in Kearny Mesa and leading officers on a dangerous chase across the 15 is expected in court today. Investigators saying 34-year-old Zarianas Panayota was arrested Tuesday morning after an hours-long freeway standoff. Police say she initially pulled over but then sped off, at one point losing a tire, driving the wrong way on the freeway and nearly hitting a pedestrian. Officers eventually took her into custody after the SUV stalled near Mira Mesa Boulevard. She faces multiple felony charges now, including carjacking and assault with a deadly weapon.
This morning, a man is facing charges accused of posing as a law enforcement officer and putting the manager of a McDonald's in a chokehold. Here's what happened. Police were called to this location on Nobel Drive. That's in University City around noon yesterday. Authorities say 40-year-old Joshua Cobb went behind the counter, grabbed the manager by the neck, and claimed the manager was in the country illegally. Officers say Cobb identified himself as law enforcement, even though he was not.
And we understand that this is a very sensitive topic right now, and that we want everybody in our communities to feel safe. This is something that we're taking very seriously, and the crime of impersonating a law enforcement officer, whether it's a federal law enforcement officer or a municipal police officer, we take that very seriously.
Police say other employees and security guards helped the manager break free. Cobb is facing charges of battery and impersonating a police officer.
And new this morning, fire safety rules now in effect in the city of San Diego.
This impacts people who live in so-called very high fire severity zones. So what are those? CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live along Harbor Island to explain what we need to know. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, guys. About 2/3 of San Diego property is in what they deem to be one of those high fire severity zones. So again, this is likely going to include you. You can check that fire map. But we're working for you to talk about what Zone 0 is. So take a look at your screen right now. This is a good graphic to explain exactly where Zone 0 is. It's basically within 5 feet of your home. So this is going to include that immediate area. This is designed and being put in place to try to address the fire danger for when wind carries embers. So a lot of times you talk about defensible space, Zone 1 and 2, that's about 100 feet from your home to try to protect your property. Oftentimes you talk about defensible space in that area. Well, now we're talking about creating defensible space very close to your home. So what you can do, of course, is just like with defensible space, make sure that it is clear of dry brush or anything that could be considered fuel. Then make sure that anything that is combustible is also off of your deck or patio, and make sure that whatever patio furniture you have, that it is fire safe. And if not, maybe consider trying to get something different. So this is going into effect now. If you're building new property in one of these zones, one of these high fire areas, this is going to take effect now. You have to create this defensible space in Zone 0. If you have existing property, you have a year to make these changes. Back to you in studio.
All right, Chris, thanks for the report.
Let's talk now about the rain that's to come. I mean, we have a few days, right?
Right. Enjoy the weekend.
Very comfortable weekend, dry weekend. You wouldn't have any idea looking outside over the next about 48 hours that we have a lot of rain on the way starting next week. We are looking live outside right now, pre-sunrise, about 45 minutes shy of it. It's dry for the most part, though we did get a few showers in the overnight stretch. Take a look at the coastal forecast over the next 12 hours, warming up pretty nicely to the mid-60s by the afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We do see this trough of low pressure. This is the same one that brought us rain about 48 hours ago. Exiting out of the region. When it brought that rain initially, it was still pretty close to the coastline, able to draw in a lot of that Pacific moisture. Now it's dwindling, so it's lost almost all of its strength, at least for Southern California, and we're getting those last residual showers before it picks up momentum and pushes east. But as it does so, makes its way east, it'll be out of our hair. Ridge of high pressure builds in its place. That means that over the weekend for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we get dry skies and slightly warmer temperatures. We do get dry skies for Sunday, but clouds will move in to set the stage for Monday. Here's Monday. A trough of low pressure arrives along the west coast. It will bring a light amount of rain at first and then pick up in intensity for Tuesday and for Wednesday. This is Tuesday. You can see how it's not only bringing rain, but plenty of high elevation mountain snow. As we travel through Wednesday, it's got more on the way through the morning stretch, and then we'll likely taper off by the afternoon into the evening. That means we could have a dry Thursday through Saturday, but take a look at this separate trough of low pressure by Saturday that looks to be moving in our direction. I would say what we have in the forecast next week is just a generally unsettled forecast. Got a little breezy yesterday afternoon, could do so again today. We're watching as in Oceanside, for example, those sustained speeds climb up to almost 10 miles per hour. It's westerly winds, so remember those temperatures are still in some cases by the coast cooler than normal. I want to send things over to Vanessa Paz on a dry start to our Friday morning, but it seems like things will be changing going into next week.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know a lot of kids have a 4-day 4-day weekend, my niece included. So things are quiet today, and they'll remain quiet likely all the way through Monday with that federal holiday. Here's a live look outside. I selfishly wanted to show off this cam because it's just a gorgeous shot of our downtown skyline. This is right at Sassafras. Not much to talk about, folks. The freeway is looking fairly good right now and pretty smooth sailing across the board. This is the 8 in both directions right at College. This is that drive. You can see San Diego State on the left side of your screen there. All right, let's go ahead and just focus in on the travel times. 10 to 15 minutes right now to get you northbound. This is coming in from San Ysidro as well as Chula Vista headed north on the 5 and the 805. Full span of the Coronado Bridge in from the Barrio Logan downtown area to the peninsula will take you about 3 minutes or so. And then as we pull up the travel times coming in from the East County headed westbound, both on the 8, the 94, as well as the 52, really good shape, anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes, and no major issues nor delays coming in from the North County headed south, about 10 minutes in from Oceanside to Encinitas. 15 full span of the 78 from the 15 towards the 5. So yeah, no major issues and nor crashes. Of course, we'll keep you updated if that changes. Let's go ahead and take a look at your border wait times. If we could pull those up. Actually, let's get to a traffic alert before we get to that. If you live in the North Park or Mission Valley area, you'll likely want to listen in because tonight, part of a major street that links Mission Valley to the North Park neighborhood will be closed for repair. So the city says the northbound lanes of Texas Street will be entirely closed between Adams Avenue and Camino del Rio South from 8 o'clock tonight all the way through 10 a.m. tomorrow. Workers will be repairing a stormwater channel and stabilizing the embankment ahead of next week's rain. So yeah, that's a pretty big artery to get you north and south from those neighborhoods. So make sure that you plan ahead. Maybe opt for the 805 as an alternate route. All right, let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times, about an hour and a half to get you inbound from San Ysidro's port of entry. If you're crossing in from Otay Mesa, it'll take you about an hour 15 at last check. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Still ahead here, there's just hours left to avoid a partial government shutdown.
Plus, a major change aims to make cars cheaper, but critics say it will come at a price for our planet and our health. And the San Diego connection to an astronaut on the way to the International Space Station right now.